If you've tried selling a home or you're thinking about selling your home, it can be really frustrating, downright daunting, but it doesn't have to be that way. My name's Wayne Turner, and 30 years ago I began selling real estate, helping folks, possibly like yourself if you've had your house on the market, because 39% of the homes that get placed on the market do not sell. They don't sell. Doesn't have to be that way, and I'm here to help. I'm going to share with you the 7 key principles that every homeowner needs to do. Super cheap, really inexpensive, and you can get all this done typically within 7 to 10 days. I'm also going to share with you 2 simple tricks that you could do for less than $10 that will make your home the house that people want to buy. And then lastly, the #1 mistake that people make when it comes to selling a house, and 90% of the real estate agents don't tell you. And look, it's not that they don't mean to tell you, it's just you need an experienced professional on your side. It just makes sense, right? Anything you do, repetition is the mother of learning. I was new once 30 years ago, and I can tell you what I learned now, I'm a lot wiser when it comes to the business. The first thing you need to do, and I'm going to tell you these in order so you know from beginning to end what it's going to take. #1 is declutter. You want to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, wherever it may be, U-Haul, get some boxes. Get boxes for every room, every closet. You're going to label every box. You're going to also get a tape gun. You're going to tape those boxes up. I want to see those boxes piled in the garage or in a storage building, or worst case scenario, get a pod delivered, portable on-demand storage or something like that, or just rent a storage unit. But you want to get out a lot of your personal belongings. The more stuff you have out of the house, the bigger the house looks. Same goes for any closets or anything like that. So you'll want to declutter everything. You'll want less stuff, no cables, no cords on your kitchen counter. You don't want anything on your kitchen counter but maybe a few decorative things, maybe a coffee pot, a toaster, a paper towel holder, very minimum. You have to, this is called staging your house, and you just want to make it to look not only clean, but to declutter it. Same way goes for the bathroom. The bathroom, you want nothing on the vanities. I can't tell you enough. You cannot go into a house if you're going to sell it for the most amount of money, shortest amount of time, least amount of hassle, and have stuff all over the bathroom vanities. Clear that stuff off. Nobody wants to see your toothbrush, toothpaste, or anything like that. It needs to be wiped down. Listen, when you leave in the morning, just plan on that your home's going to be shown that day. Even take a paper towel, a napkin or something, and wipe the water spots off the faucet. Make sure the bathroom mirror is clean. You want to make sure everything is tidy, everything is put away, and everything is decluttered. It's okay if there's a lot of stuff in the garage, that's quite all right. But even the garage, if you can make it a little tidy, that's great. If not, I'd rather have the house clean and tidy and decluttered first instead of the garage. Let's jump over to the cleaning. Now the cleaning, and we're going to start with the inside. And a lot of this is basic, but it's going to get even better as we roll along. You have to start literally from top to bottom. And what I mean by that when it comes to cleaning is the register covers. If your AC vents are in the ceilings, you want to clean those things. If anything like that, if it's got any kind of mold, mildew, replace it, or at the very minimum, take it down. It's held with 2 screws. You can clean them and then spray them fresh with epoxy paint that you can buy $6 a can at Home Depot, Ace Hardware. Literally from top to bottom. If you have to pay someone, just say, listen, how much would you charge me? Typically a 2,000 square foot house, from top to bottom, of course it depends on the house and how dirty the house is, but from top to bottom, you'll want to make sure literally from the register covers to the baseboards are wiped down completely. Everything, ceiling fans, blinds, absolutely anything. I'm talking white glove testing, and here's why. You want to pull the refrigerator out. You want to clean behind the refrigerator. The reason for that is because once you start moving and decluttering, you'll get a significant odor in your house because you're stirring all that dust up. It's okay, even if it's cool outside, raise those windows up, turn on the ceiling fans on high, and let that air circulation. Just a little bit of clean. I can't emphasize enough. Absolutely clean everything. Here's a tip that a lot of people miss. Clean your oven. So oftentimes we don't clean our ovens, but you have to understand this. Your home will be inspected. 99% of the time, guaranteed they're going to inspect it. The inspector's going to go in, and when they're in your house inspecting it for the buyer after you already got a contract and you did all this stuff, but you didn't clean your oven, he's going to turn your oven on. Now it's going to smell like something burnt, like burnt pizza or anything like that. Buyers buy on emotion. They also make the next decision to continue with the purchase of your house or cancel the contract during their due diligence inspection period. You want everything spotless on the inside. Once you got the inside, you want to start on the outside. Now the outside is a matter of cleaning and pressure washing, but here's one that a lot of people miss. It's the mildew on the roof. If you get any sort of mildew on a roof, or you see this roof has lots of pine needles. We have lots of pine trees here in the deep south. You don't want those pine needles up there. You want to pay somebody or get on the roof. Most importantly, clear out gutters, clean out gutters. Always declutter, clear out, and clean up before you clean. That way you can actually see the dirt. A lot of roofs get mildew on them. It's not mold, it's a mildew where there's not a whole lot of sunlight that hits that section of the roof. Like for example, this house may have a little bit on the back because it gets a lot of sun right here. Really just depends on how many trees you got around, but you can put a solution on there. There's guys that will come out, spray a solution on your roof. During the next rain, all of that will run off. Pressure wash everything. Now here's a trick. The front door, make sure it's clean, clean, clean. If you have to, put a fresh coat of paint on it, replace the doorknobs, put hardware. They literally, you have to know this, you gotta get all this stuff ready for the photographs because your photographs are your first showing on the house. Secondly, your first showing is them walking through the front door. Most people have a side door, a back door. You'll probably agree with me, so give me a thumbs up. Like, yeah, you got a garage, you walk through the house, you don't go to the front door. You wanna make sure that front door is clean, light, bright, open, smelling good. It opens and closes good. Nobody wants a sticking door or anything like that. The buyer immediately goes to, what do I have to fix? I don't wanna buy somebody else's problem. Now, once you're in the process of rolling and getting all this stuff done, you want to call an agent and you want to do your research and find a good agent. You want to make sure that agent has good Google reviews. You want to make sure that agent's experienced, that agent has a lot of sales. You want to do your research. That too can be a little daunting and take some time, and it's kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard. Now, what we tell folks, and of course you can hire and choose anybody you want, but if you need someone, we can certainly recommend someone to you. You can simply go to contactwayne.com. We have literally thousands of vetted agents all around the country. It doesn't matter where you live, in New Mexico, Los Angeles, Atlanta, it doesn't matter. You name the city, name the state, I got an agent there. Typically multiple agents, because I always tell people there's nothing wrong with interviewing multiple agents till you find the one that fits you. Maybe you have someone, maybe you say, Wayne, I want to interview a couple of your agents, and then, well, this one guy. There's nothing wrong with that. And listen, tell the agents that you're interviewing. Personally, I want to be interviewed because I'm good at my craft, and I tell folks it's okay to interview other agents. It takes a little bit more time, but one of the things, for example, that you want to make sure, and a lot of people, I was talking to a gentleman today and he goes, man, that's a good question, I didn't realize that. You want to make sure whoever you list your house with, you're not locked into this long, lengthy contract. You want to make sure you can get out of it. If you say, hey, if I decide I don't want to sell my house, I don't want a job relocate or whatever it may be, what's the process? Can I cancel my listing agreement without any headache, hassle, or cost, most importantly? About 50% of the companies out there, unfortunately, they won't let you out of the contract and you're still bound to that contract. I just treat people the way I'd want to be treated, and I affiliate myself with the same agents of like mine. Because if it's my house and I want to cancel the contract, rest assured, I want to be able to cancel the contract without any cost whatsoever. I mean, at the very minimum, sure, I'll give you $200 for the pictures that you had professionally taken. But other than that, I want to be able to get out of that contract. Now that you've got through with all the cleaning on the outside, inside of the house, now you're going to go back in the inside and you're going to step back and take a good look and think, okay, how many scuffs are there in each bedroom? If there's more than 7 or 8 scuffs that you can't get off or touch up, you need to paint the whole room. I know you're probably thinking, Wayne, oh my gosh, are you serious? Yeah, I am serious, because buyers buy on emotion. Your house has to be clean. No one wants to buy that. They will, however, but you're going to have to make those adjustments in price. Everybody says, well, my house won't sell, Wayne. I'm like, well, there's one or two things. It's either price, terms, condition, location, or the agent that you select. Now, you have a lot of power over all of those except the location. Can't change your location. But when you see scuffs on a wall, it's hard to touch that up, especially if it's dark color paint. Dark color paint is the hardest to touch up, especially if that paint has any sort of a sheen on it. So I always tell people, walk around. If you do anything, you want to make sure you clean every light switch and switch cover and all around that. Those high traffic areas, right? Even in the garage, those high traffic areas. We don't realize it. I live in my home just like the next person, but if I was going to put it on the market, I'd have to jump in and grind for about 7 or 10 days to really get it ready, to make that sucker look nice. Listen, I call it it's no different than dating. I always tell people, and I've been in thousands of houses, I've had thousands of people sell their homes, and if you're one of them out there and you're watching this, chime in, leave your comment, and share what you thought of my business and working together with me over these 30 years. It's like dating, and what I mean by that is if you were going to go on a date, you'd take a shower, you get a haircut, you'd shave, you'd clean up, you'd put on a nice outfit, nice dress, right? You maybe go get your new pair of shoes. It's no different. Your house is being dated to the market, and you want your home to be sexier than anybody else's. sexysellshouses.com. That's got a ring to it, doesn't it? I'm just joking. You know, come with me now. People know my personality. I like to cut up and laugh. My mom's always told me laughter is good medicine. Once you're doing the painting, you also want to go on the outside. If you have any shutters whatsoever, any scraped or any flaking paint or anything like that, you'll want to scrape it off, sand it a little bit, and then paint it. If you do it or someone else does it, make sure they don't leave any paint chips, especially if the house is built before 1978, because the appraiser will make you pick those up, believe it or not, because that could have lead paint in that paint. And if it's built before 1978, they had lead within the paint and they don't anymore. But you have to make sure that there's fresh coats of paint outside, inside, and I always tell folks, go to your bathrooms and go to your kitchens and look around at your shoe mold and your baseboard. After you watch this video right now, you can literally go and look in your kitchen and look in your bathrooms, and you'll see those are the highest traffic areas. Those are the ones that just kind of take a beating as we walk through the house. We've got kids and pets and everything, and we just live in our homes. Those, if you do anything, paint those high traffic areas, beginning with the floor all the way to the ceiling. Are you still with me? I try to go quick on this. I don't mean to talk too fast, but a lot of people say, dude, you're just weird. You have a southern accent, you talk quick. I do, my brain just kind of runs like that. Here's what you have to do next. Now you've done the decluttering, you've done the painting, you've done the sprucing, you're gonna step back outside, especially if it's rolling into spring. But even if it's in the winter months, you'll want to make sure your outside looks tidy, because everything goes dormant. And if you're competing, this is all about competing against other homes on the market. If you're competing against another home, your home needs to stand out as the freshest, the cleanest, the brightest. And I'll share with you a couple of tips here in just a second, and also a good pro tip. But you want to make sure it's the cleanest and brightest. You want to landscape. I always tell people use pine bark mulch. I typically don't like the regular mulch because nobody wants to walk up on your house and smell manure because they put manure in regular mulch. I like pine bark mulch. It's pretty inexpensive. You can buy it by the bags. It's really light and easy to put down, or use pine needles, pine straw. Once you've got everything spruced up, everything trimmed up, everything looking good, everything pressure washed, everything on the outside, there's a couple more things you need to consider. You see, I've mentioned pets and kids, and you can't get rid of your kids and you can't make them leave the house, but you can't help with pets. They tend to put off an odor. I love my animals, love my dogs. I've had dogs, cats, I still have dogs. I love my two dogs, right? I got a King Charles Spaniel, a Labrador Retriever. But if I was gonna put my home on the market, I'd make sure that I took their dog beds and I threw them away. Literally just throw them away. Go buy new dog beds. Look, this is an investment in making money. This is going to save you tens of thousands of dollars, time on the market, and a lot of stress. Because the longer your home stays on the market, and perhaps you're one of those out there, if so, give me a thumbs up, chime in, because your comments help other people, and that's what life's all about, man. We learn it, we master it, and we teach it. The longer your home stays on the market, the less money you typically take, because then it looks like there's a desperation. Now, don't get me wrong, once your house goes back on the market, if nobody's seen your house be on the market, then oftentimes it's going to show up as a new listing. Really just depends on whether or not somebody's seen it or not, but it gives it a fresh new look. When it comes to pets, you just want to throw out the dog beds, clean up the dogs, clean up the areas, and just make sure those areas are fresh and clean, so when somebody comes in, they don't smell our pets. Now here's a pro tip, and if you're a real estate agent out there, I need you to chime in, I need you to give me your comment, thumbs up, say something, because this is a pro tip. I can't emphasize enough. This will be the best $400 to $500 you will spend. After your house is clean, spruced up, I mean, you just checked all the buttons, right? Here's the last one, the cream of the crop. Have it inspected. Do your research. You don't have to call a real estate agent. Just go to Google and type in top local home inspectors near me, and they'll pop up, and look at the ones with the highest reviews and call them and look at their experience. Make sure they got a website, because anybody that's professional these days has a website to make it easy where you can simply pay them through the website if you want to. Have your home inspected. Have them come out and inspect the home. Tell them you're going to sell the home, and they'll give you a full inspection report within 48 hours of them inspecting the property. They're going to give you a list of everything. They're going to crawl in the attic. It's going to take them anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on the size of your house. But here's what you do next. You take that inspection report, and then you have everything fixed. And it's okay to ask the inspector, hey, do you know an electrician? Do you know a plumber? Do you know anybody? If they don't, that's cool. If you don't want to ask them, no big deal. Do the same thing. Go to Google, top local plumber. Literally go into Ace Hardware, go to Home Depot, ask these guys, y'all got a plumber, electrician, roofer, whoever it may be, because there'll be roof leaks you didn't even know about that hadn't even showed up in the sheetrock yet. Fix everything. Once you fix everything, leave a copy of the home inspection report printed out and all the receipts on the kitchen counter. So when the buyer comes in to see your house, they see that report. Most good real estate agents will leave a copy of the property condition disclosure form that's required when you sell a property in the United States. It's typically 11 to 13 pages, depending on the size of the font, text. That way the buyer comes in and they know, wow, this house is loved. It's got fresh doorknobs and it's clean. The doors don't stick. They don't smell pets. It's really nice. And there's even a home inspection where they did an inspection and everything looks nice and tidy. But there's two more I want to share with you. Now I said two more, they're cheap, and there's one more, the biggest mistake that people make. Two more. Number one is vinegar and water. Vinegar and water will take the smell out of a house like no other. You want to open up blinds, things like that, that's all good, but you can take vinegar and water and it will neutralize odors. Your house will not smell like vinegar and water. Listen, you just want to buy mini plastic bowls from like the dollar store or anywhere. Doesn't really matter. Just good sized plastic bowls, right? Big bowls. And then put a little bit of water in it, halfway full, and a little bit of vinegar. And then change that out every 2 to 3 days, especially around areas where there's any sort of pets or garage or anything like that. It neutralizes your odor in your house and it pulls it out. So when somebody comes in your house, they don't smell any significant odor. Another tip, pro tip you'll want to do, buy fresh flowers. I cannot emphasize that enough. Go buy a glass vase and every 7 days throw away the flowers and buy new flowers. It's the best $20 investment you're going to make because they're going to walk in your house and they're not going to smell pets, they're not going to smell anything, the odor is going to be neutralized, and they're going to smell fresh flowers. Buyers buy on emotion, and when they smell that your house smells fresh, clean, and inviting, they pick your home over anyone else's. Now, something else I wanted to mention, I think I get off on 2 or 3. Man, I got so much in my brain, I just want to get it out and share it with everybody. Another one you'll want to do, and this is really, really, really good any time of the year, but especially when it comes to the fall time of the year, or it's cool outside. It's still cool outside. You want to use this, and that's take a pan of water, 2 cups of water in a pan, put it on the stove. Then get you some nutmeg, some cinnamon, take an orange peel and an apple peel, and put that, stir it up, turn it on low, and just let that simmer. It doesn't even need to boil, just let that simmer. It permeates through the house and it smells so inviting. It smells like apple pie and cinnamon. It just smells comfortable and cozy. It smells like home. Now, if you're in the spring, summer months, one thing you can do is literally do a little bit of orange peel. You can do a little bit of lemon peel, and then a little bit of vanilla, and just a little bit of vanilla, and those 3 things, and do the same. Put them in 2 cups of water and just kind of let them simmer. Another pro tip, simple things, so cheap, inexpensive. The dryer sheets, the Bounce, the Gain, the dryer sheets, that sort of thing. You can put those, where you have the return air register. Always throw those old filters out. Replace that register and clean it. That thing will come off the wall. It's just hooked on. Clean out that, that box register is usually 24 by 24 or 20 by 20. It's either in your ceiling or it's on a wall somewhere. You want to pull that filter out and replace it. Well, when you replace the filter, put a couple of those Bounce or Downy sheets, because what that does is that sucks air through your HVAC and circulates it through the house. And when it goes past those Bounce and Downy sheets, it smells nice and refreshing. Now, if you stayed with me, you deserve to hear the number one biggest mistake everybody makes. And most real estate agents don't tell people this, and that is pricing your home correctly. And I'm going to share you a couple of tips on how to price your home correctly. So many people, myself included, when I'm selling my house, I want to sell it for what? The most amount of money, the shortest amount of time, the least amount of stress and hassle. But most importantly, I want to make the most amount of money. That's why I'm telling you these tips. I've never personally had a home that I've sold, and Lord knows I've sold many that I've owned, and I've never had one take longer than 2 weeks. And the reason being is I'm telling you that I did what I'm telling you to do. Promise you, it's just that simple. You got to get that house clean. And listen, if you need someone, you can reach out to us. You can go to contactwayne.com. If you need an agent in your area, we vet the agents for you, so you know that someone that's coming out to look at your house is a top leading professional in your neighborhood. Doesn't really matter where you are. I tell folks, if you can see my face and hear my name and hear my voice, we can help you sell your house. The biggest mistakes that people make is overpricing their house. How do you price it right? You want to make sure that the agent comes out and shows you comparable sales on a computer. On a computer in real time, so they can connect to the internet in real time and show you in the MLS, the multiple listing service, some sort of database. Listen, The reason why I don't like the print off pages is because the print off pages, they can throw some pages in the trash and not the others. And I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything or making accusations. I just personally, I don't want to see it in real time. So when somebody comes out, they have a computer and you see it in real time. Here's what you also see. You see inside photographs of those homes that are closed. You don't want to really price your home with the ones that are active on the market. They haven't won the game, they haven't been appraised, they haven't been accepted. Anybody can ask anything for their home. But here's a key thing that's so important to remember. Most homes sell for just 2% less than what they're listed for. Do the math on that. If you have a $400,000 house, 2%, that's only $8,000. Most houses in this market aren't selling much less than 2% than what they're listed for. But yet so many people are like, oh, well, they're gonna beat me down on price, so I need $20,000, $30,000 room for negotiation. That's where you miss the mark. That's where you miss the mark. If you've got a good agent and your house is really clean and it's priced within reason, you will get a showing every single week in this market. I don't care where you're located in the United States. Doesn't matter. If you have it priced within reason, priced right, clean, light, bright, smelling good, and a good agent to market, promote it, and advertise it, you should be getting a showing a week. If you're getting more than one showing a week, then you're even better priced, you got an even better home, and typically we're seeing 10 to 11 showings before we see a contract on a house. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Oftentimes that's because of price and condition. Sometimes it's done a whole lot faster. So listen, I hope this information helps you. It's a little windy out here. I'm gonna head out. My name is Wayne Turner. Thank you for watching. Give us a like, a share, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. My goal is for you to learn something new on every single episode. Until next time, thank you and God bless.